Many of you today may be looking for an answer, looking for something to bring about change and transformation in your life. I remember a time where I felt like there was no matter what I could do, I couldn't make God happy. And then I realized he loved me for me and he wanted to change and transform me from the inside out. And I yielded my life to him, and Jesus forever changed me in that moment when I was 15 years old. But you see, many years later, I continued to grow. I was discipled. I even served in ministry, and yet my life began to kind of fall apart in many ways. There were sin patterns that developed. And before I knew it, I felt really far from God, really alone, and wondered if God could really love me, a mess like I was. And it was by God's grace in that darkest season of my life that he stepped in and began to change me and transform me and help me see the healing that my heart needed. You know, a lot of us, we come into it, we get saved, we start a relationship with God, we begin to grow and are discipled, but there comes a place in our life where all of a sudden there's some things that are deep rooted from our past that we haven't dealt with, like unforgiveness or a particular sin struggle that we thought we'd overcome, but is still there. And sometimes it's the hard work that we've got to go back to Jesus, go back to the gospel, and remember that Jesus came for us. There's something that Dane shares in this chapter. He says, the dominant note left ringing in our ears after reading the Gospels, the most vivid and arresting element of the portrait is the way the Holy Son of God moves toward, touches, heals, embraces, and forgive those who least deserve it and yet truly desire it. In that season of my life, I really desired it. I didn't feel like there was anything I could do to overcome my struggles. There wasn't anything I could do to get out of it. I felt pretty hopeless. But in that desperation, Jesus stepped in. He touched me. I felt his embrace. I felt his transformation in my life, and he set me free from things that I did not know that I could be set free from. And I think there's many of you that are probably listening to this podcast episode that, you know, you may have tasted the goodness of God, but be in a season where you feel really desperate. You feel like there's no hope. There's something in your life that's holding you back, that's keeping you in bondage. And Jesus says he's come for you to set you free.